So for the most part, I thought this episode had a lot of dicking around, in all honesty. If you think about it, just think about it. Think about the story. Think about the stuff that was explored. It's a lot of dicking around. It's fun, and it was enjoyable to watch, but it's still a lot of dicking around. So Trunks wakes up from the PTSD. He attacks Goku, and all it takes for him to stop doing that is a slap from Bulma. Now, it turns out that future Trunks, unless this was like a crappy sub, he says that he's been fighting Goku Black for about a year. Now, that doesn't really speak very highly of Black Goku, because look at how easily real-time Goku was able to handle future Trunks. Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, he's done. He's done. And it's taken this other guy like a year, unless he meant like, I've been running away from this guy for a year. I've been trying to avoid Goku Black for a year. Then that kind of makes more sense. But even then, like this little mini confrontation between Goku and future Trunks, it was. I'm thinking to myself, Goku, what are you doing here? Like seriously, like we know for a fact that Goku knows that Super Saiyan 3 is not enough anymore. Like because Beerus was owning his ass in that mode. So he doesn't use Super Saiyan Blue. He doesn't like nothing. Like it's not like Goku has a lot of stuff that he hasn't shown Future Trunks. Future Trunks is pretty much clueless at this point about Goku's real power level. He didn't even know about Goku being revived after the Cell fight. That being said, there's a lot of discussion regarding time based on the time machine. Bulma trying to figure out the notes from her future self so that she can possibly send people back into the future to fight Black Goku. Turns out that doesn't even matter at this point because Goku Black shows up in the present timeline. But what they can use that knowledge for is to send Trunks back after this is all said and done. There's a brief discussion by Whis talking about how even gods can't tamper with time, because if they do that, things can get really fucked up. He says, he explains the butterfly effect, how if you go back into the past and change even one like minuscule detail, it can create a chain of events that it causes chaos in the future. So you can't really do that, even though in Resurrection of F, he kind of did that. So the rules are still kind of like up in the air in that regard. And then Bulma just says, I'll give you a sausage for you to shut up. And that happens. I forgot to mention that I think Trunks says that Goku Black he's been destroying different planets before he even started on Earth. So it got me thinking, like, since this guy is going around destroying planets in the future, shouldn't there be like a future version of Beerus that's like, hey, I'm the god of destruction. Stop doing my job. No, and then, so they do kind of like show how Goku Black is able to go back into the present time. He has like this thing called the Time Ring, which is a tool from the Supreme Kais, so he uses that. And then I think the whole point of the Goku and Trunks confrontation was to get them to elevate their power level so that Goku Black could sense them with the ring so that he could, know at which point in time he needed to go back to. Now, technically speaking, since Trunks did not know that Goku was alive in the present timeline, I'm kind of wondering what his game plan was once he got to the present. Because Vegeta's like, you should have stayed and died. You're a pussy. You bring dishonor to your Saiyan name. But here's the thing, right? So technically speaking, whenever you have a threat in the future, I mean, when it comes to like time manipulation in stories, a lot of the times what people try and do is that they go back in time so that they can stop the threat from actually being born or being created. Therefore, wouldn't the best way to address Goku Black would be to stop him from actually ever existing by finding out where he's from, where did he come from, how he was created. It has something to do with the Kais, for sure. And again, this is a shonen, so there has to be a fight. We saw from the preview that we are getting Goku versus Goku Black next week. And again, that whole little mini fight with Trunks, it's like Trunks is like, because Goku was able to stop his sword with like 2 fingers. I thought that was pretty cool. But then Trunks tells him Black Goku, he's like even stronger than this, like super stronger than this. And I'm like, yeah, but Goku is also super stronger than what he showed you. Pedophile standing around the corner. I'm kidding. I like future Trunks. I'm just giving him a hard time. Because again, this episode was just a bunch of dicking around. For the most part, there's some good moments here and there, but man, the dicking around, next week, it'll make up for it. I know it. Goku versus Goku Black next week. Turns out they call him Goku Black because he wears black clothes. Oh, and then there's this part where like Chi-Chi is like stopping Goten from, because a lot of people think, I'll say this again, a lot of people think that Goku Black is actually future Goten. So Chi-Chi stops him and he's like, no, you got to do your homework. That's more important than the Earth being in danger. Think about that. You're fucking stupid, Chi-Chi. That's what's up. Now, I have a theory. Somebody sent in a theory called, this guy is called Mr. Besify. He says, I have a theory, other people have probably thought of it, and it's that these two different types of future Trunks are not the actual future, yet they are from other universes, and that the time-traveling machine that they think they have built is actually something to skip from dimension to dimension. If the universes are parallel from each other, like 6 and 7, then these future universes could be parallel universes from each other. And the reasoning behind this theory of like future Trunks not being the real future Trunks, but being from another universe instead of from a different timeline, is the fact that he says that future Trunks got buff as hell, and then that he only used Masenko against Black, and he should have used something like, he had more techniques up his sleeve, so that was kind of disappointing. I don't think it's a different universe, just based on the fact that I don't want it to be, because if it is a different universe, that means that there's one less group of people that can participate in the upcoming tournament, where the top tier dudes are going to show up. So, and I really want to see variety in the upcoming tournament, because even between 7 and 6, there were like some pretty big differences in terms of like, you know, the Saiyans from there, you know, it got hit. So even though the universes are parallel to each other, there's enough differences in each one where it's like, okay, yeah, you can tell, yeah, this is a different universe. I don't think that's the case here, but that's just me. Please let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Like the review if you did, I appreciate that. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys, bye.